Well, hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. The show must go on. I was rushing. Can you tell? You know how you run around and then you to the chair. Here I am, all by my lonesome. Well, tonight, everyone, we are talking about several different things. While we're waiting on my buddy to get here, not sure how long it'll be, but I felt compelled to get you guys on our topic. And for those that really want to come in, supposed to have a great show tonight. We'll see how far we get, and then we'll see how it turns out. It may be a little longer than what we expected, depending on how things turn out. So, like I say, I'm trying to get set up so that I can give you the information on what happens when you what happens to your body once you start a plant-based diet. And mostly it's not as bad as it seems. I think a lot of people probably think that it's bad, or maybe they have a misperception of what it should look like. um so let me just say this. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. And we're going to come on and talk about what it looks like. I have a few things I can talk about while I'm waiting. I didn't get the memo, so it'll probably be 20 minutes before Martin gets here. But I do want to say, what is the reason why we many of us go plant based, or they go clean or raw? It's basically to cleanse your intestines, okay? Uh, because that's where disease starts. That's where it originates. So I've got my tea. Sometimes that's one thing that help is a tea for gut digestion, a probiotic tea. Some people eat um, raw or natural, some people don't. It's a preference. So some people, like, I like probiotic teas. Why? Because at one point I was really backed up and had to soften it. Remember, back in the day, we would have our parents give us castor oil, different things like that. And I'm starting to think, did they really know, or was it our instinct from our ancestors, and they passed down these old remedies, if you will? They passed it down from generation to generation. So the fact that I can't stop this live because I've already sent everything out, I'm just going to have to talk and be myself. So if you've never seen me struggle, you'll probably this will be the second time, which is perfectly fine. It's my channel. I promote health and wellness, and there's always guests and people. If you'd like to come on, feel free to do so. I will go ahead and put it in the section, in the comments section, so we can take our time. And if you guys want to come on, feel free to do so. I just put it in the comments section, and I will pin it on YouTube so that if anybody wants to come on, we can talk about this. And by chance, let me just say what our topic is going to be. Um, I thought that I put something up on there, but we'll see how it goes once we get people engaging or not. It may be informative, it may be something that you're thinking about. Um, and you may have questions as to what is it, why do people not necessarily go vegan, because that's a total different subject as well, but it all encompasses one thing at a time. um let's see let's see okay. Well, so yeah, we'll just try and get on as much as we can. Like I said, I'm going to put it on YouTube so that if you guys, it should be in the comments section. Um, but I will also pin it so that you can grasp the link a little bit uh, easier. And so, with that being said, you know, going, starting a plant based diet is good because it improves your health. Not only does it improve your health, I'm adding stuff. So, it's funny, but that's how you multitask, live or not. It is what it is, and this is how, this is how people are doing it. We just become more um, creative as the time goes by. So while I'm adding this on, I'm hoping that um, I can make sure the volume is down, but I'm also pinning it, which is now pinned. So for those who want to come on, feel free to do so. So getting back to the message at hand. So can we say that it absorbs nutrients better? I don't know if we talked about that, but when you decide to start a plant-based diet, it will improve your absorption better, which means it'll get the nutrients and it'll become medicinal because food that we eat is medicinal. So I know a lot of, we say that all the time, and I know that people may uh, are starting to put it all together. What does it mean when you go plant based? Now, me myself, I'm not 100% plant based. Why? Because I'm allergic to peanuts. And because I'm allergic to peanuts, I can't go all plant based because there's a lot of food that's made with cashews, walnuts. Now, don't get me wrong, I know about the nuts and the benefits of nuts. Now, the benefits of nuts is a good fat, and it's also good for cognitive. It's also a good source that gives you that meaty texture if you decide to go vegan. But when you go plant based and you don't eat a lot of meat, some people don't eat a lot of meat. They're more towards the vegan side. For me, I'm plant based and I'm clean, which means I do eat meat. But I eat lean meat. The leaner, the better. Um, there are some studies that states that if you eat, say, for example, chicken, I like chicken. That's my birthmark. I like pretty much all eight pieces of chicken, the legs, the breast, the thighs. And some studies show that the thighs aren't as dry. But I don't eat a lot of meat. I may eat like 3 ounces of meat, but the rest is vegetables. I like to do my smoothies. I love smoothies. And yes, it has sugar in it. However, I'm not diabetic and I don't have high blood pressure. So I can eat my um, my fruit, my pineapple, my pomegranates, grapes. They tell people that are suffering with diabetes not to eat a lot of grapes. You can have grapes, but you want to make sure that you eat like maybe a palm full of grapes, and be careful because grapes are high in sugar. So, some of these things, this is why we're coming on tonight, so we can talk about plant based. Now, keep in mind, plant based is so that you can have a healthy gut, which is why and where disease comes from. And it originates in your gut. Okay. It reduces inflammation. So for those that may have something like neuropathy, knee pain, joint swelling, it's a good reason to go plant based. Why? Because it reduces inflammation. What causes disease in the body is not just an unhealthy gut, it's also inflammation. Okay, so and it also boosts your immune system. So for those that want to boost the immune system, it's good to go plant based because it helps with the nutrients, the foods that we eat. It helps with all of that. So I don't know if anybody has any questions yet. If you do, feel free. We're still waiting on my buddy Martin. And like I said, it'll be about 20 minutes or so. So we'll come on, and I've got something here for you guys. I want to share. Um, a plant-based food that I particularly like, and I shared it with my family members, and they're like, "Nope, nope, nope," but I like it. And the other thing about eating plant-based is that you're able to prepare foods like you would normally prepare foods. And if you're a meat eater, just add the meat to it. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Everybody likes some kind of meat, but you don't want to be plant based right away. So, since you don't want to be plant based right away, it takes time. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks before your body adjusts to eating plant based. Okay. Um, so, I'm going to sip on my tea. I'm trying to see if anybody wants to come on with me while I'm waiting for my buddy. A sip of tea. It's so good. And that's another thing about tea. You want to try to um, sip teas. Waters, of course, is the number one go to after you start eating and going to a plant base. You definitely need water. Why? Because you need to flush it through your system so that you can create fecal matter. And let me just be clear, when you are on vitamins, a lot of people want vitamins, they want to supplement. Well, you might as well eat plant-based, because if you can ingest supplements, guess what can happen? Right. You can become constipated. So, what do? Drink more water anyway. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Okay, so what else can I tell you? Also, when you're doing plant based, you want to get that workout in. You definitely want to work out so that you can get your intestines to moving. So, let me see if I can show you this. I'm going to try to bring up my uh, little picture image of what it looks like when you have what your digestion system looks like and why it's important. excuse me, to move to get the food to digest properly, freely, and to flow, and then to excrete. There's a reason for the season. There's a reason why our body is an amazing machine. And once you learn about your body, you'll start making healthy choices. Okay, let me see if I can bring this up. um I want to be able to share my screen, but not exactly yet. Let me see how I can do that. Okay. So while I'm talking, um, and getting things in order, I just want to be able to share with you guys a few things. So bear with me as I do this because it's important. Let me see if I can do it this way. I had a tab, and I don't know if you're seeing what I can see, but I'm trying to share the tab. Oh, mercy. hmm I'm trying. I may have to wait until I can get my buddy on so I can share this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to see if I can open it a different way. But what I want to do is show you guys um, um, an image of what it looks like so that we can talk about it. And you know how they do on television. You can um, you can show it. You can uh, use it as a presentation, use it as a PowerPoint, but it's not looking like I can do it that way. So I'm going to cancel it and add it a different way. How about that? Um, like I say, I'm not good at this all the time, especially by myself, but I wanted to do a presentation and it's not letting me do it. So I will wait a little bit longer and see if I can do it that way. Okay. Um, Maybe I can do it this way. Who knows? But I'm just trying it several different ways. I'll wait. Okay. Anybody have anything to say so far? Maybe what I'll do is also talk about um let's talk about the benefits of what happens to your body once you start plant-based. One thing it can do is lower your cholesterol. It lowers your blood sugar. Like I said, it allows your bowels to move because you want to get the toxins out of your system. Yeah, it's a lot. Um, that's something that we want to do. Let me see if I have any notes that I can bring up while I'm waiting. Because we've already gone live until I had already pushed a button to go live before I got the message that it will be a 20-minute wait. So to recap, okay, what happens to your body once you go plant-based? Number one, the changes are good and bad. Number two, it improves your health, your gut, Number three, it absorbs nutrients better if you go plant based. Why? Because you don't have all those additives and fillers in your body, and it goes through the bloodstream a whole lot better. Okay, next, it lowers cholesterol, blood sugar, and it helps you to become more regulated. Now, where is everybody when you need them? That's always been my story. People get ghost when you need them the most. Fact. Okay. Now, um, how long does it take to go to how long does it take when you decide to go plant-based? Usually 6 to 8 weeks. So 2 months. Because why? You gotta clean those intestines out, people. You got to. Some people, you know how you eat, and when you eat, you become uh, heavy or you get sleepy. Well, what do you think your intestines are doing when you eat all this extra food? Now, don't get me wrong, you can be plant based maybe 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week, eat a little more lean. And then the other 2 days a week, you know, try something different and then incorporate it into your regime, your everyday function, so that your body can get used to a healthier intestine. Your bowel movements are, you may have them, but there's toxins in your bowels, so that's the number one reason to eat more fiber. That's why you eat plant based, is because it's high in fiber. And for those that are vegans, they may be plant based, they only eat vegetables. But guess what? The bad part is that you aren't getting the nutrients that you need. And that's why you start looking dried up. Some people, their skin looks like leather almost. Have you seen that? Yeah, that's because they're not getting the nutrients in their foods. They may be vegetarian, they may be plant based, but are they consuming the right amount of vitamins and minerals? So, one reason why you eat plant based and one reason why you eat a lot of fiber is so your skin can puff up. It helps you to look healthier. That's a gem and nugget for somebody. That's a gem and nugget for somebody. Make sure you get that. I need you to get that. If you get your nutrients and your fiber, it helps you so that you don't look like you got leathery skin. It helps you to look like you're getting all of your nutrients. I just helped somebody right there. I'm going to have a sip of tea. Yeah. I just helped somebody right there. You need your sips of teas. You need your nutrients. You need your fibers. And oh, okay. What kind of nutrients do you need? I'll tell you. Glad you asked. I know you didn't ask, but let me tell you, vitamin B. Vitamin B is very essential. Omega 3, that's essential too, because you don't get your omega 3 unless you eat fish. So if you are plant based, you're eating very little fish, very little tuna, very little salmon, it behooves you to take omega 3 vitamins, fish oil, so that you can get the daily amount of omega 3. Now you get it other ways. Let's be sure. Let's be real about that. Um, let's see. B12, vitamin. omega B12 vitamin. Some people do B complex, omega 3, calcium. Now, calcium is important too. Now, I know a lot of people say, how important is it to drink water? It's very important to drink water. However, our bones are made up of water as well. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of all of that. Um, let's see, what else can I say? Vitamin D. A lot of people are, studies show vitamin D3 is important. It is. Now, when you get your blood type, make sure you call me. Let me know. I can help you figure all this stuff out when you get your blood workup after coming from your annual exam or you went to the doctor's, you got your blood levels. Make sure that you get in touch with me. I can help you to read it. Don't forget, next Wednesday, I am doing a clinic where you can pay $15.99 and I will help with that. We're going to have a clinic private. It won't be on Facebook. It won't be on YouTube. This is a private clinic, $15.99. I help you to learn your blood values. We talk about minerals and vitamins. We talk about how to help your loved ones become safe in an environment like they're not able to get to the hospital or they're not able to get into a nursing home. What can you do to help your loved one to be safe at home? That's on next Wednesday, everybody. So make sure you get in touch with me. RSVP. There's zinc and iodine. Now we all know that iodine is not in our soil. So some people, not all, some people have to take iodine and zinc. They may be low. Those are the nutrients and vitamins that you really need to be in alignment, to help you not feel fatigue, to help you not feel tired. It's a lot of things we can do. So, like I say, that's something that we all can do. So, what I'd like to do is take a break. Um, let's see. Um, in about 2 minutes, okay, we will be back for the other half of the show. Okay, all right. Thank you. Why don't you guys enjoy the music? Um, while and I'll make sure to be back in a few minutes, okay? All right. Enjoy the music and I'll see you in a minute. All right. All right. Thank you. And we're back. Well, I've been having fun here, even though I'm by myself tonight. Still waiting on my buddy to get here, and it's okay. Thought that I could at least help you guys with some questions. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I can do while we're waiting. Um, like I say, well, I guess I'm going to keep it moving. So let's see. I had some notes about the issues of becoming uh-oh, I forgot. Sorry guys. We're not on break now. We're not on break. The break is over. So, what was I going to say? What I was going to say is some of the um uh issues of going plant based is that you may start out with insomnia, you may start out with pimples, acne problems, but that does go away. What do? You keep drinking water and you keep eating clean and raw, and that's the toxins coming out of the body. So understand that you're not eating a lot of fried foods anymore. It's coming out of your pores. It's coming, you're excreting it out through your fecal matter. That's one of the problems, and eventually you'll start to see your skin clear up. I don't know if many of you know this or not, but I had bacteria, not from eating wrong, but bacteria on my face from using different people's makeup, and the maybe the brushes were not clean, stuff like that. So with that being said, that was an issue. But the more you make a conscious decision that you want to eat clean, or that you want to be more plant based, you will notice. As long as you are in alignment, as long as you are balancing out with the nutrients, you will start to see you feel better, you look healthier, you're glowing. That makes a big difference. Now, the benefits, I did talk about the fiber, how it fills you up, how you don't have to eat as much, how the soy, we didn't even talk about that. Now, that's something I can talk to you about. The soy, um, quinoa, nuts. Now, I can eat quinoa. I can't have nuts. I can eat soy. And it used to be if you were Black, African American, they would tell you not to eat soy. That is not true. I've done some research. It is good for African Americans, and it's also good for cancer survivors to eat soy, which takes the place of the meat. So that's a nugget right there. Again, I just helped somebody. It's okay. Tofu, I'm not a big tofu eater, but I will eat the coarse tofu, the firm, because why? It is more like your ground turkey. When you uh, mix it up and saute, well, not saute, you literally will mix up the tofu. It's the firm, and then you use onions and a lot of garlic, and then you can pour in a bag of stir fry vegetables. That's very good. And you do get full and drink your water. And then after that, have a cup of tea. And then after that, do your plant based chocolates or desserts. Go back and check one of our. I think it was the Valentine's Day. You can check that. And we talked about fruits and chocolates. Um, let me see, that was on our Valentine's Day. Uh, uh, oh Lord. Okay, well, I guess that's it for Martin. Uh, okay, I'm just gonna have to say, okay, okay, all right. So we heard from Martin, and so situations have changed. I'll let him tell you if he grabs the link and come on in the room. If not, it is what it is. So I think I'm going to go ahead and talk about the fiber filling you up, the soy, the quinoa, the nuts. I can't eat nuts. However, I can have sunflower seeds. I can also have uh, pumpkin seeds. So in place of walnuts, um, what do they have? Almonds, peanuts, which I can't have. I use sunflower seeds. I use pumpkin seeds, and it replaces. So you see where I'm going with that. That's why I can do some things. That's why I'm not 100% plant based, but I am. I'll say 90% plant based, and the other 10% gotta have my salmon, gotta have my tuna, gotta have some fish. I forgot to tell you that. I'm allergic to fish too, but I can have salmon, I can have tuna, I can have crab legs. So it's all a matter of adjusting, people. That is why it is okay to get on board, come and meet me. Let's talk about it. I can help you adjust, and you can at least get in alignment naturally, not just using supplements. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to tell you about, um, let's see, how we can treat disease. Well, I'm going to try one more time to share. It's the weirdest thing. I may have to try it this way because it's the weirdest thing. I didn't want to use it as an overlay, but I wanted to use it as, I don't think I can do a video clip. It may not let me, but if it does, it's just it's just a picture, and so I will show it to you that way. Um, I don't think it's gonna let me do it. Oh, no, it's not gonna let me do it. Well, I tried, everybody. I didn't want to um do it that way. So I think I'm just going to have to show you as an overlay, which is okay too, right? I just want to get the information out to you. And so, with that being said, I'll just show it to you this way, and then we will conclude our session. We may come on another day so we can catch up. So, here's the overlay. Um, Maybe I can share it this way. Will it let me share? No, so it'll be an overlay, okay? So With that being said, do you see what I'm trying to show you? That is the overlay of the intestines. And so, eating healthy foods, you go from your left is, and I don't even think I'm able to share it this way. Oh, darn. No, I'm not able to show it that way. Well, I wanted to show you your intestines. It goes up, over, and down, but that's not going to work either. So, everybody, we'll have to come on another night with Martin so that we can do a presentation. Um, like I said, emergencies happen, and there's not a thing we can do about it. So, thank you all for coming on. I appreciate you, and we will just end tonight's session, thanking you for coming on. And like I said, the little bit of information I gave you, maybe you can take a little bit of that and incorporate it into what you're already eating. Like I said, we'll come back on as soon as we can with Martin so we can do our original presentation. Oh, let me just show you this. This was going to be what I was going to bring to the table. My Ezekiel taco size tortillas. So if you guys want something to try, this is something good to try. And go to the store, read about it. And I even thought, okay, if we can get back to basics, this will be one thing I would get back to basics with. It's very good. So if you come back on then with us, I don't know if we're going to talk about it Tuesday or if we're going to talk about it next Thursday. But if you come back on with us and you see that I held that up, make sure you ask me about it. But just know it is something good instead of bread, lots of fiber. Ezekiel 4:9. And I'm not getting paid for the commercial. I really do eat this and it really is good. So, okay, thanks for tuning in. You guys, I will let you. Do you want to hear music on the way out? Okay, we'll try and give you a little bit of music on the way out. Thank you for listening. Okay, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. And as we know, life goes on. You know, I'm not afraid to fly solo. I'm getting a little bit better than I used to. And I'm okay with that. Okay. Good night, everybody.